age, there's just nothing that can compare with when you say yes to God and you do what God wants you to do. And way back, no, I shouldn't say that, a few years ago, pardon that, strike that altogether, okay? I'm getting younger every year, okay?
That's right.
Well, 50 years ago, Christmas time, I was in Indiana, farm girl in Indiana. I'd already dedicated my life to God, already prayed for the right person, and I already knew that I wanted to do what God wanted me to do. Lo and behold, there's this little Oklahoma guy. He was skinny at that time. Nobody remembers that. He was skinny. He had lots of hair at that time, too. Had lots of coal black hair. Came all the way to Indiana to visit on Christmas, and Dalton was along and their mom. We met on Christmas night at church. I guess we didn't have too much to do then. We had church. That was a good thing to have on Christmas Eve. Anyway, God ordered all that. I cannot go into all that, but God ordered that. Doyle was praying. He'd already called into the ministry. And I remember probably the second or third day. You were only there, 4 or 5 days, very shortly. But I knew this, probably maybe a little bit the first night, we got to talking about God and about our goals and our principles. And it just clicked like that. I knew we were on the same page. I knew. And I remember after he left, and I was helping my dad. We were still on this. I was my senior year. We were still on school break. And my dad said, "Sharon, you've never acted this way before. There is something wrong with you." Well, when I fell hard. But it's been a beautiful, beautiful life. And we have many, many more years ahead. But it's been great being in the ministry. We have faced many, many challenges, yes. Just like you have. But the ministry is another thing all of its own. But God's always proved himself sufficient. More than sufficient. But I am here this morning to introduce to you my very best friend, my husband, and my pastor now for 49 years. But I want to, not only, I know him so well, I know what a pastor's heart he has. I know there are a lot of great, famous pastors and ministers of the gospel out there. But I know him well enough to know there's not one that's got any bigger heart than he's got. And what he wants to do it like God wants him to do it. His character, his principles have always been so high. His integrity. And along with ministry, Doyle has always given time for the family. He's always given me time, support, and love. I've never questioned his love. I've always respected him. And with the boys, I can say, he gave them much time and invested much into them. And we're so blessed by our sons and their families. I'm just tremendously blessed today. And I give God all the honor and the glory. But this time, would you please stand with me and welcome your pastor, my very special friend.